Good morning to you. Hi, this is Maggie Tea Maker, aka Claudia, this morning. I tried to make a set time slot to be consistent and just saying, okay, Monday's 10 o'clock, Wednesday's 10 o'clock, Friday 10 o'clock. I don't know. I can't do it because I have a busy life. I have a business to run. I'm doing a lot of things. So I don't have a consistent time. So anytime I feel something, I just do it. So anyway, I want to talk about, first, before I begin talking about something, I want to talk about power gliding to greatness, abundance, prosperity, and just trying really hard to live a positive life. I mean, like I said, I mentioned yesterday about these fake gurus talking about, oh, I don't get angry. I turn the other cheek. Who the fuck does that? When somebody, listen, I'm a spiritual person, and if somebody pisses me off, I'm not turning the other cheek. You're going to get slapped or you're going to get cussed out. Okay? Because that's how I feel. Spirituality is about how you feel and going with what you feel. So if anybody tells you and say, oh, well, just stay positive. I mean, don't get me wrong. I do tell people that. I say, you know what? Don't let people take rent space in your head or something like that. I do say that because I do believe that, But sometimes you slip and you're like, listen, you know what? Okay, let's put it this way. I would actually ignore people when they say shit to me. But when it comes to a point where it's like, it's out of control, that's when I open up the can. That's when I open up a can of whoop ass and start talking. If you see me blast off, it's not blasting off after the first time. It's just that after probably like the sixth or seventh or eighth time, you talking shit, I'm going to say something because I'm going to make sure you stop because it's getting on my fucking nerves. So I'm going to tell you about it. But anyway, just be true to yourself and stuff. And whatever you feel, just say it. If you love somebody or you're in love with them, tell them. If you like them, tell them. If you don't like them, tell them. I feel that if somebody tells me that they don't like me to my face, I wouldn't take offense to it. I would actually say thank you very much because I would have made a fool out of myself talking to you. So I do appreciate you telling me how you feel and thank you very much. As a matter of fact, I might like you more than I thought I did. But anyway, moving on. We're talking about toxic people. Now, I love when people say, oh, he was so toxic, I had to get rid of him. Oh, she was so toxic, I had to get rid of her. I do see that happening because I got rid of a lot of people that were like, getting on my fucking nerves, man. Like, just the negativity alone just pissed me off, and then I blast off and start saying some shit. But the thing is that, I like that. I like when people say, oh, he was so toxic in my life. Okay, so guess what? Check this out. Do you realize that you're toxic too? Everybody has a toxic gene in them. I don't care what anybody says. You could be good to you could be good to this guy, but the guy before you, maybe you was the toxic one in the relationship before you met this guy that you claim is your life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know, I can admit to it. I know I was toxic and I didn't have much relationship, not much. It didn't last long, but I know I was toxic. And then the people in my life are toxic. Everybody is fucking toxic, and I don't give a damn what you say, what anybody else say. Okay? It's complete bullshit. Nobody's perfect. I could tell you that I'm a spiritual gangster, which I am, because I feel things, and I go with it. And 98% of 100, I'm right about shit, and I'm right about people. Not to say that, I can scratch a lotto ticket with $1 million, but I do have I am in tune with people, and there's certain people that I'm really in tune with where I know what the fuck they're thinking and what they're doing. Okay? So, don't ever say, oh, well, he's toxic and she's toxic, I'm just saying, everybody's fucking toxic. Okay? And the thing is that you can't say, oh, well, he used to beat me and things like that. Yeah, he used to beat you and that's toxic. But what's more toxic is when you stay in the beating. Why didn't you fuck him up back? Or why didn't you call the police? Why didn't you leave? Not to talk about R. Kelly or anything, and I really don't want to get into that really too much because I'm not trying to, I don't like to do those things. But, you have to look at, for example, like I saw R. Kelly, Surviving R. Kelly. And these girls was like, oh, well, Robert told me to call him daddy and all type of stuff. But you weren't locked up, really. You could have left. Some of you left, so why did you stay? Okay? Anyway, moving on. But I'm just saying that, don't sit there and pass judgment saying that, oh, well, I had to, he was so toxic in my life, or she was so toxic. You were toxic in somebody else's life. And what I'm saying is that if I get into a relationship with someone and I'm treating them 110%, I'm giving them my all. Who's to say that before I met this person that I wasn't toxic in somebody else's life? You can't say that. Everybody's toxic at some point. Everybody is racist at some point. I don't care what anybody says. Shut the fuck up. I don't give a damn. At some point, it doesn't have to be skin color. It could be racist against fat people, skinny people. Me, I'm a racist against narcissist people. I don't like narcissists because they don't take responsibility for no shit they say or do. And I've been exposed to them a lot. Okay? And I always seem to attract narcissist men. They don't give a shit. Only thing is that they don't support you, right? But when you support them, that's when they take notice, like you tell them how great they are, how excellent they are, and things like that, or whatever. Then they pay attention. But when you turn around and do some shit that you want somebody, you want to say, oh, that's so nice, or this and that, whatever, and it's not about them, they won't comment on you or anything like that. That's the truth. That's the truth. It's the same thing with a woman, narcissist woman. If you could turn around and tell her about her hair, her face, or whoever, and how great she is, she's down for it. But the minute you do something and you're proud of yourself in something, she will not say it back to you because she had nothing to do with it. It's like painting the Mona Lisa, and Mona Lisa is the most beautiful woman in the world, so they say. But I think the bitch is ugly, but that's beside the point. The Mona Lisa is the most beautiful woman in the world, right? And this guy was falling for her. The guy who painted her falling, he thought that she was so beautiful, he had to paint her. And he painted other things besides Mona Lisa. But the only one painting that she liked is the one that he painted her. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? But there's other things that you're doing that has nothing, that he did that had nothing to do with Mona Lisa. Mona Lisa didn't say, oh, that's wonderful. You're doing such a great job. Oh, it's gorgeous. It's this and that. That's just the way it is. And if they turn around and do some shit to you and you point it out to them, they make it seem like that is your fault. You did it. Oh, the reason why I had to stab you in the kitchen because you didn't cook the meat right, because you didn't cook the meat right, is your fault. You made me do this. Or I hit your car. Yeah, you made me hit your car because you didn't park it right. It's your fault. That's a narcissist. They don't give two fucks about nobody outside of them. And if you compliment them, they're the most kindest, sweetest person in the world. But the minute you do something and you just say, hey, how does this look? Or they don't say shit because they had nothing to do with it. They don't care what you do as long as it has something to do with them. Okay? That's how you pinpoint a narcissist. There's more to it than that, but that's the most that I know for a fact is real. Even being in a relationship with a narcissist, they cheat on them. Oh shit. It's the worst thing you could ever do. I mean, cheating on anyone is the worst thing you could ever do anyway. And you're not supposed to do that. And it's wrong. And it's, whatever. But I just want to pinpoint, let's stick to the topic of narcissism. You cheat on a narcissism, the world has ended for them. But when they cheat on you, it's your fault. Oh, yes. Yeah. That's the way it is. They can do shit to you and it's your fault. But when you do shit to them, how could you do this to me? I've been good to you, blah, blah, blah. One day I read this lady's post on Facebook, and she said that she know a guy that is capable of murdering her, his family members, and how none of his family members talk to him because he's dangerous and he loses his temper or some shit like that. I'm just saying to myself, I'm like, and then she said, I've been married to the man for 10 years. Bitch, I mean, you should have known the man had a hot temper. You've been married to him for 10 years. You were dating him before the 10 years. Anytime you meet up on a narcissist, a physical narcissist or whatever in general, and you would have known. You should have known. You're lying. You know what I mean? I just hate people like that. Take responsibility for the people that you choose in your life and stop blaming other people for shit. If you meet up on a criminal and you met him online and he's a murderer and he admitted to being a murderer and he killed his wife before you and stuff, what makes you think you're gonna live through it? You're gonna be dead too, because there's certain triggers. And if you trigger that one thing that set that man off and make him and remind him of his ex-wife that he hated with a passion, and you do the same exact shit that she does, you're fucking dead. It's the same thing with a woman. Guys, you be with these crazy big booty bitches that are so like Mariah Carey and all these crazy ass bitches, right? She's so sweet, she's so pretty, she's so everything, she's gorgeous, she's an hourglass figure, beautiful woman, but she crazy. And she keeps stabbing you every night, but you won't leave her because she's gorgeous. So you're going to stay with her until you're dead. That's what you call low self-esteem. I go by gut feeling. I don't go by looks. In the beginning, I did go by looks and I got hurt in that aspect. Now I just look at people as just people. I'm saying, listen, there's something wrong with that dude. I'm not even going to even say hello to that dude. Or there's something wrong with her. Something ain't right with her. She got too many bumps around her mouth. I don't want her talking to me and then spit in my eye and then I got herpes and shit. And and you can't erase an accident. Okay? I'm saying you gotta watch who you talk to. Feel them out before you go in any further. Okay? And the ones that are closed up and secretive and things like that are the ones that got a lot to hide. Not to say you should be telling your business, but there's certain things, that you need to look into. You don't need to have a detective license like I do to look into people, because I don't search people. I don't. The only time I use my badge is when I'm working, but my personal life, no. I don't go into I don't go and search into people's business. I don't do that. It's a way, why bring the job home? I don't want to be a detective when I leave after work. I don't want to be a detective after work. When I come home, I'm just plain old Maggie, and that's it. If I'm dating someone, my gut feeling tells me that it's a bad person, not my badge. Because sometimes people do bad things and they deserve a chance. And they say, oh yeah, I made a mistake. I made this mistake. I did something and I'm paid for it, and now I don't want to be, sometimes you have to give people a chance, because it's not everything that someone does bad that they want to continue. It's just something that just happened. So I don't judge people on that end, but if I see you say something, or you do something that makes me uncomfortable, I'm letting, you're done. You are so done. I'm not going to get myself murdered for some bullshit because I'm desperate. No. Claudia got enough sense of that. Okay? Enough sense. And and if you sit and you enjoy your own company like I do, and you live by yourself, and you're good with that, you're more sharper than someone that needs people in their lives. So you got to be careful of that. You got to enjoy yourself first. Be by yourself. And you see people right through. But anyway, you guys have a great morning. Thank you for listening. And have a good day.